Yeah, man, and that's really dope, man. It's and even with like your style, right? You got a different style than a lot of people. And back in the days, you even explain how you got flack from that and stuff. Like, what made you develop your fashion sense and sense of style that you have?
I mean, my dad is definitely a big influence. Like, I seen my dad growing up, he would be wearing, you know, girls' pants and fucking leather jackets and fucking, you know, he painted his nails, he wore makeup.
Yeah.
So, like, I seen from a very young age that, you know, having just, like, different fashion and standing out, like, it's the best thing to do as an artist. Because every single show my dad would have, he would get tons of compliments like, yo, you're so different, you have such cool fashion. So I think I was probably like 8, 9, 10 years old when I started kind of experimenting with my fashion. Like, I remember one specific time wearing fucking bell bottoms to school. And like, they were super tight all the way down my leg and they went out at the bottom. And like, I remember there was like a parade of kids behind me in the halls just fucking laughing at me, like like fucking whistling, like saying like, your ass looks nice and like all this shit. Like, they were just ripping me apart. And probably after that day, I was just like, yo, fuck this. Like, I don't want to be judged like this every day. This sucks. So after that, I started kind of dimming my fashion down and just like looking at what other people wore. I just started wearing, you know, t-shirts and boys jeans. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I went through a phase in my life for probably 5 to 9, 10, like about 10 years probably, realistically. Like, I was just copying other people and just not being myself because I didn't want to get bullied anymore. And the way I acted with people too, like I tried to kind of compensate for, you know, the fact that I'm a super emotional, like feminine guy. You know, a lot of people don't show that side of themselves, and I didn't for a long time because I thought people would negatively judge me. So I just started acting like this cool guy trying to fit in, but at the same time, when you're not a genuine person, people still sense that, whether you're weird and yourself or super like normal and like acting cool, like both sides, I was still gonna get bullied. So like I wish I realized at a younger age that if I just stay myself and just said who cares, and I didn't fucking cry when people bully me and give them what they want, because at the end of the day, bullies, all they want is a reaction, and I gave them a reaction. So nowadays when people try to say shit to me, like I posted a fucking picture wearing a purse the other day on Instagram, people were saying, people were saying,
I wear a purse, so what?
Exactly. And that's just how I look at life. Like, so what? If people want to judge you, at the end of the day, a lot of the time they're just jealous because they don't have that confidence, you know? And the fact that people judge me and say like things about my sexuality based on how I dress is pretty funny, because I feel like those people are really insecure about their own sexuality at the end of the day. Because I'm happy in my skin, you know? I'm wearing a fucking girl shirt and girl's pants, but I got the hottest girlfriend in the world. I'm good, bro. I'm good.
And that's all that matters, as long as you're good within yourself.
Exactly.
Fuck what anybody else says. You know what I'm saying? And I see that with a lot of different artists. Like, for example, Young Thug, he had the cover of his album Jeffrey, where he was wearing like the
dress,
the Christian Dior dress or something like that. It was a super expensive dress on top of that shit, and it had a lot of controversy. Right? So
Young Thug is the GOAT, by the way. He's one of my favorites.
That's what I wanted to know. Like, do you fuck with Young Thug's music?
Hell yes. Like, honestly, I think Young Thug is one of the biggest trap music inspirations that I have. Like, probably him, Kanye, and Travis Scott would be top 3 for me in like the hip hop world. Let's shift gears a little bit. Tattoos. Tattoos.
You got hella tats. Okay?
Yes, I do.
And for the people who know me well, I'm a tattoo guy myself, right? However, I haven't taken the steps to go neck, face, different things like that, right? So first question about tattoos. What's the first tattoo that you ever got?
The first one I got was this shit. Ambition. It's actually from Wale. Wale had a single called Ambition.
Okay.
And I really, like, I wasn't even, like, super duper into Wale. Just that one song itself, like, I listened to it on repeat for the longest time. Yeah. And, like, I guess it just, like, inspired me to just, like, I don't know, work hard with this music shit. Yeah. Yeah.
And then you started taking, so when did it start becoming an addiction to you?
Pretty much instantly.
Instantly, right?
Yeah, after the first one, I think I booked another one like a month later. My dad came with me for my first one because he's got lots of tattoos, and his wife is fucking covered head to toe. Yeah. So like my family is just super accepting with my tattoos. My mom doesn't have any though.
Okay. But so then you started taking the next steps, okay?
Yeah.
We're staying on tattoos for a minute.
Yeah.
You started taking the next steps because when you start covering past the neck, that's the step. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Where it's like, I'm not looking to get no regular job no more. I'm 100% in whatever the fuck I'm doing artistically. Whether it's music, something visual, you know, some other visual art, you know what I'm saying? So when did you take the next step where you started going neck, hands, and then face?
I think I was late 17, early 18 when I first got my neck done. So I got it really, really early. Yeah. But basically, like how I looked at it is, first of all, I've never had a real job. Growing up, I would, you know, buy and sell shit just to make money. Like I went to a few interviews and shit, but my social anxiety always takes over when I'm in like nervous situations. Yeah. And like I just freeze up and like I can't act like myself. I'm getting better with it lately, but as a kid growing up, like it was really, really bad. So I went to a few different interviews at, you know, McDonald's and all that shit. Yeah. And after that, I just said, fuck this. Like, I hate feeling like this. I'm going to do everything I can to never have a job like this. So, I mean, I did the whole buy and sell shit. And then I had a couple, you know, under the table jobs with like, fucking, what's it called? Like doing lawns and like, you know what I mean? Just bullshit jobs like that, paying me fucking $10 an hour. And then when I started making music, I put beats on YouTube and shit. And a couple of my beats, like the first one I made and put on YouTube, it hit like 500,000 views or some shit. It went crazy. And I sold like, I would say probably 400, 500 leases on it. Dope. And at the time I was charging, you know, $25, $30 for a lease. So like it added up a lot, and that made me realize like, yo, like I can just do music full time, you know? Yeah. I might pull up in a Porsche, yeah. Skirt 500 horse, yeah. Hit the plug like a core. Yeah. So at that point, I started, you know, really pushing the beats on YouTube. And then I started engineering and charging. I think I was charging kids just like straight up a flat rate of $100 per song, which to me now sounds crazy because like I would never do flat rates anymore. Right. Because like sometimes a person could take 2 hours or 25 hours, you know, like you never really know how long they're going to take. So I can't do that shit anymore. But at the time, it was just like, oh, $100 here, $100 there. Like,
hey, how y'all doing? Don't forget to like and leave your comments below. And if you like videos like this, as well as others on our channel, please remember to subscribe to the channel, as well as hit the notification bell so you'll know when we're dropping new videos daily.